Hello, I'm Allyson Lotz.
And I'm Nicolas. Welcome to TMN Television on Thursday, November 2nd.
Tonight, we look at a racial relations event on campus.
And stay tuned for a Truman Sports update. These stories and more tonight on TMN Television. You don't want to miss this.
The Association of Black Collegiates sponsored a student panel last Thursday to talk about race relations. ABC President Raymond Stewart says the idea of the event can be traced to 6 weeks before in response to what was happening in the world. Stewart says the ABC members had weekly discussions about their experiences, so they hope to structure the event to be a genuine conversation and present multiple opinions. He says the 7 students on the panel came from different cultural and political backgrounds as he tried to find what ABC calls a spectrum of opinion, representing differing views students held on the topic. Stewart says ABC did not want to lecture the audience about race relations, but rather educate by encouraging people to listen to other life experiences and to continue the conversation.
We really encourage people to do their own research. We can only say so much, but it also comes down to just going out and doing the research for those unanswered questions that you may have after a panel discussion, or after you sit down and talk to somebody in the MAC, or if you sit down and talk to somebody in ABC. Just really doing that work afterwards. That conversation is really what we wanted to stress.
6 applicants have been chosen to interview for Truman State University's Vice President of Student Affairs position. After an unsuccessful search for a new VPSA at the beginning of the semester, a second committee was assembled in September. The new committee is now in the process of selecting candidates for a video interview. Search Advisory Committee Chair Elizabeth Clark says the committee is looking to have someone by January. Clark says the committee has chosen 6 candidates to interview and is in the process of scheduling those interviews. Clark says each of the candidates' attributes will be considered, including their experience, their philosophy for managing student affairs, and their interactions with students. Clark says online interviews will take some time, but the goal is to find a new VPSA in a timely manner and get the right person for Truman.
Retired soccer player and 2-time gold medalist Wambach will be speaking Thursday, November 9th as the Student Activities Board Big Fall speaker. Wambach is a highly decorated soccer player with 2 gold medals as part of the U.S. women's national soccer team and a 2012 FIFA World Player of the Year award. Wambach has also scored a career total of 184 goals, more than any woman or man in international rankings. Wambach published a memoir in 2016 titled Forward that covers the trials and tribulations of being an international athlete and speaks on personal issues she dealt with, including romantic relationships and her struggles with alcohol and prescription drug abuse. The memoir became a New York Times bestseller and launched Wambach's reputation as an accomplished author. The talk will be at 7 p.m. in the Baldwin Auditorium. Doors open at 6:30 and tickets are available for free with a student ID in the SAB office in the Student Union building.
4 Republican candidates have announced their intentions to run for the District 18 Missouri State Senate seat. Brian Munzlinger currently holds the seat, but he can't run again as he has served his 2 terms. District 18 consists of 14 counties, including Adair County and surrounding areas. The 4 candidates include State Representatives Nate Walker and Craig Redmond from Kirksville, State Representative Lyndall Shoemake from Hannibal, and businesswoman Cindy O'Laughlin from Shelbina. Nate Walker has already come out as a frontrunner in the state Senate seat race. Although Walker was the last candidate to announce his decision to run, he has the most support among voters at 20%, according to a poll conducted by the Remington Research Group. Shoemake follows close behind Walker with 18%, Redmond received 13%, and O'Laughlin received 6%. The primary election will take place August 7, 2018, followed by the general election on November 6th.
Next, stay tuned for the Truman Sports Update.
But before that, let's take a look at this week's forecast.
Got a quarter?
The Truman State University wrestling team is set to begin its second year in the GLVC late this week. The Bulldogs will travel to Fayette, Iowa to face Upper Iowa University Thursday night and compete at the Iowa State Cyclone Open in Ames, Iowa Saturday morning. The team had an 8-16 overall record and a 1-5 conference record last season. Head coach David Shooter says he emphasizes to his wrestlers that they have to train like a college athlete, meaning they need the self-motivation to stick with the physical nature of the sport. He says he is not concerned about the team's leadership despite losing 4 seniors because the team still has great leadership from its current captains, senior Luke Komodos, senior Drew Rentschler, and junior Sam Reeves. Shooter says the team's schedule will be tougher than last year's because it wants to face tough competition so the team can grow.
We want to see the toughest competition we can because still sharpens still. We could go with some lesser tournaments, see lesser competition. We want to find the best competition we can for the money we can use, and so hopefully that sharpens us up.
Jason Kilday, Truman State assistant football coach and offensive coordinator, returned to his old stomping grounds for the first time Saturday in the Bulldogs' 31-7 win against Quincy University. Kilday is in his second season with the Bulldogs after spending 6 at Quincy. He coached the quarterbacks and wide receivers while overseeing recruitment in his time there. Kilday says it was nice to see the friends he made at Quincy again and is pleased by the Bulldogs' performance in his return. Despite Kilday's history, sophomore running back Jordan Salima says the game meant even more to the players than it did to Kilday. Salima says Kilday told the team they had to give it their best effort to be victorious because he knew how hard the Quincy players worked. The Bulldogs outgained the Hawks by more than 100 yards. Truman will end their season with 2 home games, including one this Saturday at noon against Southwest Baptist University.
The volleyball team has now won 7 of their last 8 matches since October 13th after they swept the Northwest Missouri State University on Halloween night. The Bulldogs are 2 games above 500 overall and 1 game below in conference. Head coach Ben Briney says the team's successful 5 games in the GLVC tournament can be attributed to its strong veteran leadership. Briney says senior outside hitter Jasmine Brown has been at the forefront, being more vocal at practice and incorporating more digs into her game. She says the other veterans, like redshirt juniors libero Claire Wandry and middle hitter Holly Hildebrand, helped the team stay focused throughout its road-heavy first-half schedule. The Bulldogs will play 4 of their remaining 5 games at Pershing Arena, starting with a 7 p.m. game Friday against Rockhurst University. They will celebrate Senior Day 4 p.m. Saturday against William Jewell College.
The women's soccer team's season has come to an end after its 0-1 loss to Maryville University Sunday in the GLVC quarterfinals. The Bulldogs had to play the Saints in St. Louis after earning the 6th seed in the conference tournament. Senior midfielder Kelsey Murphy says the team had trouble creating scoring opportunities in Sunday's loss. Murphy says this has been a recurring problem all season because the team lost a lot of scorers after last season and had difficulty filling the holes. Murphy, along with 7 others, played her final game as a Bulldog in the quarterfinal loss, but says she has no regrets in her 4 years. In her time here, the Bulldogs won 1 conference championship last season and qualified for the NCAA tournament the last 2 seasons. The team's final record is 6-6-5.
This has been your Truman Sports Update.
Stay tuned after the break.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. For complete news coverage, be sure to stay tuned in to KTRM and pick up a copy of The Index. Check our news content on tmn.truman.edu and be sure to check out our variety show segments. You can also follow TMN on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for breaking news updates. And if you missed part of our broadcast tonight, check out TMN TV on YouTube.
If you've ever thought about being on TV, be sure to head over to tmn.truman.edu/apply to fill out an application today. From all of us here at TMN, thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of the week.